Greetings, everybody. Day 22 of the ABC. It's a nice, calm morning. It rained. Today's theme is going to be about the sacral chakra. Going to get into that. Thanks, everybody that's watching. YouTube is taking some time to upload the flows. I'm just guessing because they're a lot longer with the practices, 45 minutes, an hour plus. And we're going to clock in around that time again today. All of this is for the anti-bitch challenge. The reminder is that this challenge is about evolving the mindset. You pick 2 targets and you do them, and you continuously do them. And when they're finished, which you can get a chance to look at your results, but it's about the effort to keep showing up, doing them every day. This is the time where I share that I'm writing, uploading, and recording a YouTube flow. And then the second one is going to be 20 minutes of Latin, which I'm quickly finding out you need a lot more time to memorize these endings. Today, the cortisol response in my body woke me up, like shocked me up. Almost like I was feeling too relaxed and the body just instantly hit me with it's time to move. Then came outside and seen that it was raining. You can hear the water, you see the nature and the stillness. And just yesterday, as I was looking at the book, that 1001 The Pearls of Wisdom, Liz Lark book that was referenced in yesterday's flow, or day 21, I came across a part about the sacral chakra and the balance of water, however the synchronicities go, or the characteristic of water that's associated with it. However the synchronicities go, I found it to be very interesting. We're going to get into the mudra that we did yesterday, the limbic mudra, getting some blood moving within our system before we get down into our meditation, before we get into our flow. And we'll keep opening up from the chakra. I'll read directly from the book. To begin, let's bend our knees so that our hands can reach our toes, and we're going to interlace our toes, interlace our fingers between our toes, and stretch out as far as you can. Rotate our feet to the right. Go over here so my feet aren't directly into the camera. Rotate our feet to the right 5 times. Keep the chest proud. Rotate our feet to the left 5 times. Getting that connection between the two. Inhaling in, gently releasing. Coming into Sukhasana easy pose. You're going to inhale in, placing our hands on our chest or on our thighs, palms down. Inhaling our chest up, opening up our mouth wide, sticking our tongue out for lion's pose. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace, allowing all the energy to come out. Gently close the mouth and let's sit. Let's gather back together in easy pose. Grounding from the sit bones, closing the eyes, and beginning to meditate. There's a quote that I wanted to read today. Nothing in the world is more flexible and yielding than water. Yet when it attacks the firm and the strong, none can withstand it because they have no way to change it. So the flexible overcome the adamant, the yielding overcome the forceful. Lao Tzu. Flexibility is an important part of change as it demonstrates how strong you truly are. And as we get to our yoga practice, the asana component of it helps to build the flexibility within our physical body to be able to do human tricks. However, is the mental and spiritual flexibility that when we know we have to change and going on towards that change and understanding that sometimes different actions require different parts of us. The sacral chakra, explore the flowing energy of the sacral chakra and of water, its associated element, where you get a chance to sit or lie in mid-morning relaxation. Simply close your eyes and visualize a stream flowing into a deep lake in your pelvis. Feel the fluidity of this energy, giving you the flexibility to respond creatively to situations and see potential in others. And last thing I would like to read and relates to the sacral chakra is that it is the part of our body a part of our chakra system that governs our desire. We have to police our desire, tapping into that divine energy that is us, that is all of us. Let's take a time to get grounded. A mantra, the bija mantra or seed sound of the sacral chakra is VAM, pronounced VUM, VUM. So let's sit with our spine straight and gently sing this sound to yourself to increase your ability to go with the flow when necessary, or close your eyes and release. We will be here for about 10 breaths. Begin to blink the eyes open. Let's meet in a tabletop position. Going to focus our hands and our hands are shoulder width distance apart. Our feet and knees are hip width distance apart. Neutral spine, grounding through the mat, keeping our arms straight, and pushing back into child's pose. Head touches the mat. Stretching out our hips, finding a sense of relaxation. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Imagining that water continuously flowing. Sacral chakra is associated typically with the color orange. And according to this book, the element of water flowing through, inhaling up to tabletop, neutral spine. We're now going to take a couple of rounds of balasana, cat pose, grounding from the earth, allowing our hands to act as suction cups, rounding the middle part of our back, lifting our heart towards the sky. Inhaling and exhaling here for 10 rounds of breath. If accessible to you, keep breathing from the in and out of your nose, working towards the internal rotation of your arms on your inhale and exhales. This will look like the elbow creases pointing towards the front of the mat, like so. Our tendency might be to have our arms here. As we engage our arms, hands and feet as suction cups, getting full engagement from the ground to lift more from the chest, from the heart, moving that energy. Set an affirmation or a dedication if that has not happened already. Staying here in cat for a few more rounds of breath. Engaging from the core. Pushing from the toe tops. Relaxing the head. One more round of breath. Come back to neutral. Tabletop. Look up. Relaxing the shoulders down for cow pose. Feel free to rotate the hips. Getting some more movement in that sacral chakra region. The synovial fluid. Looking out and seeing the rain. Getting the turtle head out of the shell for cow pose as we engage. Next, we're going to come back to neutral. Inhale our self to neutral spine. On our next exhale, we're going to extend our right leg back. Flexing the toes, pointing them down, touching the mat. Our right toes are touching the mat, lifting them up. Right toes are again touching the mat again, lifting them up on the inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, lifting them up. Staying for the duration of the inhale. Exhale, release. Staying for the duration of the exhale. Allowing the breath to lead the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Tapping the toe to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Working that sacral desire. Drop the right foot, right knee. Now we're doing the left side. Left foot goes back, flexing the toes. Lifting up, toes are pointing towards the mat. Inhaling, keeping your spine in a straight line. Exhaling, coming down. Modified bird dog. Inhale, hold for a second. Exhale, release, strengthening the spine, engaging from the core. Hands are still active. The other toe tops are still active. Your body is active. Imagining water flowing through your system. Inhaling in, exhaling down. Drop the knee. We're going to do this segmented. Our right arm is extending in front of us. Modified bird dog. Our bicep is by our ear. Inhaling, exhaling the hand down. Still gripping from the earth with your other hand. Inhaling the right arm up by the bicep by the ear. Exhale, release. 3 more times. Inhaling in. Maintaining a sense of balance. Balance postures. You use your core. Your core is a core part of how you think and go about satiating your desires. Inhaling in. Exhaling, release. Now we're on our left side. Left arm goes up, left bicep by the ear. Working on the balance and the engagement. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Inhale, staying for the breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Inhale one more time. Exhale, release. Let's meet in child's pose. Forehead to the mat. We'll be here for 3 rounds of breath. Again, allowing that water to flow through. Coming back up to neutral. We're going to take a couple more rounds of full cat-cow. Then we'll be off of the knees. Inhale to neutral spine. Inhale, our right arm up, our left leg back. Spine is in one straight line. Inhale, exhale, tap, elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Inhale, back to neutral. Well, extending, one straight line. Inhale, exhale, release and tap. Inhale, return with a straight line. Exhale, the palm and the knee down. Feeling the difference between each side as we're strengthening our spine, the base, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. All of them matter. Inhaling the left arm and the right leg back, creating a straight line. Exhale, release. Inhale, hand and right leg back, toes are flexed, pointing down. Exhale, tap. Engaging from the core. Inhale, a straight line out. Exhale, tap. Inhale one more time. Exhale, tap. Release the palm and the knee down towards the mat. Push back in the child's pose. We'll be here for a couple more breaths. I'm going to begin Surya Namaskar in a few. I want to read. Feel your sacral chakra. Water is the element associated with the Swadhisthana chakra. Gazing at its yantra or visual representation helps you to take on the qualities of water, which flows on no matter what obstacle it meets. Look at its blue background, then close your eyes and imagine the same water fluidity in your own body's cells. And when faced with difficult changes, meditate on this yantra for a few seconds. There's a quote that I found to be very timely, or mantra. Pantha Re, the Greek aphorism means everything flows, changes, or is in flux. Can make a useful mantra. Mantras don't have to come from Sanskrit to be effective. Sit, close your eyes, and simply roll the phrase through your mind when you feel stuck in an unhelpful situation or relationship. So, Pantha Re, everything flows, or the Vam sacral chakra mantra are what we will be using for today. We're coming up from child's pose into tabletop pose, inhaling up to plank, exhaling into downward facing dog, walking the dog, as we are going to begin our more active flow of our practice. Surya Namaskar A is beginning to come up. Allow ourselves to flow like water. So downward dog, which we will be spending some time in. Hips are energetically going up as if a string from the ceiling is pulling you. Breathing from the middle part of our spine. Head is heavy, neck is heavy. Hands are pressing to the ground. The energy is moving. We are intentional in this resting pose. Look up between your hands. Walk up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And our halfway lift, work to push your hips back. Exhale, Uttasana, forward fold. Hands on the mat. Look up first, reverse swan dive. Inhaling our arms up into the air, and on our next exhale, meeting them in Tadasana, mountain pose. The fear I felt is no more. The fear I felt is no more. Surya Namaskar A as we move through. Inhaling our arms up. Exhale, swan diving, folding forward for Uttasana. Inhaling halfway lift. Exhale, placing our hands on the mat. Stepping our hands back into plank. Lowering down. Inhaling our hands by the rib. We're lifting up for upward facing dog or baby cobra, working our spine. Inhaling, coming up to plank. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Lifting up our right leg, stepping it through. Rotating our back foot down 45 degrees for warrior one. We will stay here on warrior one. Each warrior, we will be here for 10 breaths. Our right foot is aiming for 90 degrees of bent. Our left foot is gripping into the ground from the blade edge side of our foot. We lift our hands up and relax the shoulders. Our front hip is pulling back. Our left hip is pulling forward to help neutralize the pelvis. Staying with the breath. You hear the roosters. Hear your breath. Engaging from the feet, working the hips. Two more rounds of breath. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Inhaling in for plank. Lowering down. Hands are by the ribs as we come up for cobra pose. We lift up the cobra on the inhale. And we are exhaling our way into downward facing dog. Lifting our left leg up into the air. We step that through, rotating our back foot down. 45 degrees as we inhale, our arms up for warrior one. Our palms can drop down to the side. Our hands can drop by to the side and lift them up to straighten up our arms. But the foundation here is a strong bent front leg that is aligned with our hips, our glutes, and the engagement that we get. Our hips are like handlebars or headlights, working towards neutral and alignment. We are here for 10 rounds of breath. Keep breathing. Staying engaged. Staying like water. Everything flows, everything changes. Be a strong warrior to go throughout change. 2 more rounds of breath. Exhale the hands down. Coming into plank pose. Lowering down, hands are by our ribs. On our inhale, we're lifting up into baby cobra. A back bend. Plank coming into downward facing dog on the exhale. Look up. Look your eyes between your hands. Walk up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Looking up. Inhaling our arms to the top of the sky. Exhale, hands at palm center for Tadasana. Surya Namaskar A, we continue. Inhaling the arms up and towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold, Uttasana. Inhale, halfway lift. plant the palms into the mat, lowering down, inhaling for baby cobra, inhaling to plank, through plank, exhaling for downward facing dog, lifting the right leg up into the sky, swinging it through, rotating our back foot down 90 degrees, flat side with the blade is flat, parallel with the back side of the mat, inhaling the arms up straight, exhaling, pivoting down for warrior two, strong foundation again. We will be here for 10 breaths, relaxing the shoulders, gaze is on a fixed point, working to have your arms as one straight line. Front leg is bent 90 degrees. Soles of your feet are gripping into the ground, staying engaged. Thighs are energetically coming together. Thank God for change. Do what you can do. Remember, everything flows. Your nature is infinite. You are vibrant. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands towards the mat, stepping back for plank. Lowering down. Hands are by our rib cage as we inhale for baby cobra. Exhaling to downward facing dog. So our left side now, lifting our left leg up into the air, stepping it through, rotating our back foot down. Inhaling our arms up into the sky, grounding from the feet. Our right knee is bent 90 degrees. That's what we're going towards. 10 breaths. Gaze on the fixed point. Allow your body to breathe, moving the stagnant energy. In this rain, the water flows. Our breath is like water. Our mind can be busy, and it eventually becomes like a vast ocean of stillness. So many lessons to be learned in water. And that desire, policing our desire. Desire in and of itself isn't the problem. It's what you do with it. How do you choose to sate that desire, to sate that thirst? 2 more rounds of breath, engaging from the feet. Strong warriors. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the palms down, stepping our feet back to plank pose, lowering down. Inhaling into baby cobra, relaxing the shoulders down, pushing from the thighs. Exhaling for downward facing dog. Head is heavy, neck is heavy, in this rest pose. Looking up, walk our feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Look up. Reverse swan dive on the inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. One more round. Going to have my back towards y'all for a second. As I do Surya Namaskar A, leading into Warrior 3. Inhale. our hands up into the sky, palms together. Exhale, Uttasana, swan dive, all the way to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back into plank pose, demonstrating this angle so you can see. Lowering down, pushing from the elbows back. Inhaling into baby cobra. Pushing from the thighs, relaxing the shoulders down, working that back bend, strengthening the spine. Here for 2 rounds of breath. It's our last one. Coming through to plank on downward facing dog on the exhale. Lift the right foot up into the air. Hands are planted into the mat. We will get heavy and bend our right knee forward, lifting our left leg up into the air as we come into warrior 3. Placing our hands by our bicep, flexing the back foot down. Hands can be in front or behind, but we are looking to maintain a straight line in our strong warrior as we do our best to hold here for 10 breaths. So you can have your hands straight out in front of you. But I wanted y'all to see that angle, that vantage point of warrior 3. You're working the lifted leg up into the air. You can bend your knee. If too much, you can place your hands onto the mat to modify, but you are aiming for a straight line. In Vibrasana 3, a strong warrior. As we go through this change, as we go through the fear, as we have the courage to be someone different in a world that is constantly trying to make us into things that we may not be. Hands can come to prayer as well. As we work and lift that back leg, keeping the back leg engaged, keeping the flex, couple more rounds of breath. Gently drop the back leg. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Step the foot back. We have one more side. Into freedom. Inhaling the baby cobra. Exhaling the downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up into the air. Step it through. Runner's lunge. So we are getting heavy in our left leg, bending our knee. You can tap your right toes to help propel you into the air. Warrior 3, Vibrasana 3. This is a warrior series. As we look into our desire, what does this warrior want? Who is this warrior going to be that's different? You know, these days, these changes, flexing the bottom foot down. We'll be here for 8 more breaths. In this position in time, very few years ago, I was making a lot of choices that were impacting other people, hurting them, and I had to change. I had to be a strong warrior. That's the beauty of change. That's the beauty of letting go of fear. Be honest with yourself. And you may fall out, but working that back foot up, rotating the feet, the toes down towards the mat. Building a lot of heat. One more round of breath. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat. Allowing that energy to move, lowering down. Hands are by the ribs. Inhaling in for baby cobra. Exhaling through plank to downward facing dog. Head is heavy in its resting pose. Heels are energetically coming down. Come through the topical plank, lowering all the way down to the mat. Let's make a nice little pillow with our hands. Looking towards the left or right. Inhaling and beginning to slow down the heart rate. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Look towards the other side. Let's come into a seated posture. Take care of our back, thighs, and hips because we went after them. Wide-legged, seated forward fold. Inhaling our arms up. We are going to fold over, aiming to have our head touch the mat. We could bring our legs closer in together if that makes it easier. We're flexing the feet. You might feel some activity in the psoas and the hips from the strengthening that we did. However, we're doing what we can to lower our head towards the mat. This is important because we want the knowledge from our heart to flow into our head. The knowledge from our sacral to flow into our head. The sacral can be governing of the unconscious as we covered before. So what is that unconscious, subconscious, id? Trying to teach us the base, which leads to the sacral. The superconscious. What is it trying to teach us? Relax the shoulders down, relax the breath, inhale. And exhale. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Rise up. Shaking our feet out together. Coming in for bound angle pose. Soles of the feet coming together, heels towards the buttocks. Inhaling our chest up. Exhaling, folding, rotating like a hinge. Be here for a couple of breaths. Change takes time. And the time in which it takes is not of our concern. It is our responsibility to be a participant in the effort. Exhale, extend our feet. Let our backs meet the mat. Inhaling our right knee into our chest. Exhaling our left hand outside of our right knee, rotating over. Our right knee is coming towards the left side of the mat. Looking in the opposite side if your neck can tolerate it, grounding from the shoulders. Inhaling, Coming into neutral, hugging the right knee in again, extending it long, hugging the left knee into the chest, grounding from the shoulders. Right hand goes outside of the left knee. On an exhale, we're looking in towards the opposite side. The sides can be tighter. Coming into neutral. Extending the left leg out. Long. Inhaling both the left and right knee in towards the chest. Allowing the body to reset. Last few postures. Allowing the breath to take the lead. Reaching for the soles of the feet for happy baby. Here for 3 rounds of breath. Hug the knees back into the chest. Exhale, extend them straight as we enter our final resting pose for the day, Savasana. Allowing all the wisdom from the practice, the water, the desire, the fluidity, the knowledge of everything changes. Observe, do nothing, release, relax your entire body. There's nothing to do, nowhere to be. Again, to come into the body. Rotate to one side. Taking one last second Thank yourself for the practice. Coming up, finding a nice, comfortable seat. Thank you for taking the time to practice. ABC, day 22. Let the fear that we feel be no more. The change, that's the desire that I have, is to be free from places of expectations that did not serve me, and to be able to forgive myself with grace. Wherever you are, I hope your expectations and your desires that do not hurt anybody come true, as we are all aiming to learn in this collective consciousness of our world. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me today. Namaste.